God just threw this at me this morning. He Facebooked me this one this morning. He, what they call it,
Instagram.
not Twitter, but the one face to face when you come on the phone.
FaceTime.
No. Periscope.
Oh, Periscope.
Yeah, he woke me up early this morning. I got the ring. He said, look, Rev.
All right.
He said, I know you told me to give you something. He said, but I'm going to Periscope you this morning. Yeah, it said it's going to be a face-to-face thing. I want to let you know that I'm sending you, I'm changing what you thought you had.
Yeah.
And I want you to add this in. He said, because now what the peoples have got to understand, even though I am who I am, they got to understand to trust me. Even when I take them a roundabout way. Jesus. And one thing we do when we love God, we expect God not to allow us to hurt.
That's what we expect.
But sometimes growing pains hurt.
Yes, it does.
You know how it get when that wisdom tooth get there and growing pains. You can't wear what you used to wear. You still try to put your feet in them 8 shoes and everything's crunched up and it lets you know that you're growing and you can't wear. And you know you try to squeeze in them and walk through the day. And when you get home and all of your toes look like this, it's an indication that you're growing. So you can't keep putting on what you used to put on. So you got to change the size. Take somebody and tell them change the size. So here I was reading about David, and the Bible says that David was a man after his own heart. I think David was the only one that God could ever say, even though he loved a lot of them, but that one that was willing to go all out because he understood that if it wasn't about God, it wasn't about nothing. Yeah, if God wasn't in it, then it might as well just leave it alone. If God wasn't constructing it, I might as well just walk away from it. But he said God gave him the credit that he was a man after his own heart. Now, when I begin to read this, matter of fact, let me just go into this so I can get it out of the way. And the Bible, let's jump down to the 7th verse. So I'm just going to try to paraphrase and try to read. It says, and then David said to Abiathar, the priest, Ahimelech's sons, please bring me the ephod here to me. And Abiathar brought the ephod to David. Watch this. So David inquired. David inquired of the Lord, saying, shall I pursue this truth? Shall I overtake them? And he answered him and said, pursue, for you shall surely overtake them, and without fail recover all. This blessed me. Because when God gives you an assignment and gives you an assurance, things will change along the way, but the assignment stays the same. Watch this. Y'all ever been on the street that the name was on it when you left? Might have said Bartholomew. And as you roll down the road, it changes. Went from Bartholomew till, yeah, I thought you knew. Yeah, from Bartholomew to I thought you knew. And here's the thing you got to be aware of. You got to learn how to watch and look for God. Because what I learned is God does not always come back in the same fashion that he met you the first time. In other words, God is not a God that is a repetitious God, that he always do the thing the same time. But he always does things different. So here I was under the reading and I thought about this, and what made me come to this subject that God said, I got this, is that when I was at a place the other night and went and trying to feed my face, and on the way back I got out the van, and when I got out, my wallet fell out and fell underneath and on the street. Now, this is not a every now and then people pass by. It's a flooding of people pass by. So I gave my keys to another guy that parked the van, and I walked in without thinking and went up to the 12th floor and got out the elevator and feeling pretty good and reached back and it hit me. You done dropped your wallet. And I said, I can't tell First Lady. I can't go back and tell her because she's going to tell me, didn't I tell you? So I said, I can't do that because it's going to... And all of a sudden, I turned around, look at somebody and tell them, when you find things missing, you got to learn how to turn around. Yeah, and go back. So I got back on the elevator, just nervous. I didn't have my phone, couldn't call down to the front desk and tell them to hold the van or anything, just stop. And I'm riding down the van and saying, oh, Lord, all my little pennies that I got is in there, all that I got left, the little pennies. And then my card and the church card, and I'm going, oh Lord, these folks ain't going to turn nothing in, and they going to get it, they going to strip me, and then they going to throw it back down on the ground. And when I get there, I said, well, maybe the guy that moved the van might have it, but maybe he won't turn it in. Got back down there and walked back out and came to the door, looked out the door, wallet laying in the middle of the streets, and nobody was coming. Yeah, nobody was coming. And I understand that this place is always got traffic. And let me tell you something. Sometimes when you lose some, God will stop. I could have danced in the street, but he wouldn't have understood while I was dancing. And I went back up there, and just as I was walking out, a car was coming. I said, hold up! Walked out there and picked it up. Look at somebody and tell them, God is about to get you to recover everything that the enemy has stolen. Tell somebody, this is my recovery seat. And I went out there and I picked the water up, and the car was coming up. I said, and on my way up, Tasha, and I thought about all the things, Jackie, that was going on in my life and things that was happening, one thing after another. And I thought about the scripture. God says sometimes when we quote scripture and we want people to believe that we understand, and we don't really understand because we haven't been through what we're testifying about. But he's going to make sure your next testimony is going to all this, and then on top of that, I lose my little pennies, and I already got enough. Have you ever been to a place when it looked like God is working against you? Have you ever been to a place where it looked like God stripped you? You said, why are you stripping me, God? God said, I got to strip you. Because when I was with my mom, we were in a room, and watch this, I'm getting all off the subject. That's why I said it's going to be a part 2 today. And when the wax on the floor got old, see, we ain't got to have the buffers back then. I don't know about some of y'all. Now you can go and rent one that strip. Ain't got no problem. But back then, we was the stripper. Y'all ain't got it. She would tell us to go in the kitchen and get 2 cage knives. And she would move all of the furniture out of the middle of the floor. And she would point at you and say, you start in that corner. And she would point at my brother, you start in that corner. And we would get on our knees with the case knife and start scraping the wax off the floor. What you got to understand, that you got to go back to the old ways sometimes in order to get God to do some new things. Doesn't mean you're going in reverse. It means that God had to show you how to be grateful. Oh, y'all ain't got this. For what he was doing. So we had to scrape the whole floor. When we got through, we had a manicure from all of the wax that we scraped up off the floor. Look at somebody and tell them God is